Hey guys, welcome to my first video on this channel where I'm going to be reacting to PewDiePie. Do all millionaires think the same? Well, PewDiePie's a millionaire, I'm not a millionaire. See the difference between what we think of this video presented by Dashline. So let's see what it is. Let's get straight into it.
Self-made has to be somebody that was growing up broke.
I disagree with that. You can mow lawns for a few months and make like a few $1,000s.
You know how many lawns I'm gonna have to mow?
It's a lot of lawns.
Ones? Did you say ones? A lot of lawns? A lot of lawns! That's right, poor people. You're not mowing enough lawns. I keep telling you guys. You gotta get lawn mowing. What are you doing?
I mean, lawn mowing for money. I think you can make a fiver every time you mow the lawn. £5 for mowing the lawn to become a millionaire. A couple 100,000, then you're a millionaire. Easy. Yeah.
Cringe.
He's a multi-millionaire. Please welcome Tim Sykes.
The key to my success is just working hard, like 18 to 20-hour days every day of my life, and having no life, but having a lot of money.
Alright, I don't care who they are, sorry. They're all 6 millionaires with different values and beliefs. I am self-made. Hold up.
I am self-made. I mean, me myself. Well, yeah. I'm at the moment. So far, I'm self-made. So at the moment, I agree. So far, I'm self-made. What about PewDiePie? I think PewDiePie is pretty self-made. So I'd say agree for PewDiePie. He started by himself, then eventually became so he made himself. Yeah, agree.
Hold up. Strongly agree. Somewhat agree. Okay, I would put myself agree.
Yeah, so yeah, I agree with him. I think he's agree.
Okay, so 70% agree.
Growing up, I didn't have anyone in my family that was in real estate. I didn't have anyone in my family that had millions of dollars, and so
just because there's no one in your family doesn't mean someone outside of your family can have helped you. What an idiot.
for me, I do
like
remember
properties
being
or something?
like 15, 16 years old, having 20 bucks and working part-time after school and saving away all that money, and then I used that money to get my real estate license. I barely graduated high school. I never went to college, 2 divorced parents, so I should not have become wealthy.
That's right. If your parents divorce, you got no chance. I know he's just listing a couple things. I get it, but
If your parents are divorced, you can't make it. Usually, that's what that guy just said. Honestly, that makes no sense. Let's continue.
still, that sounded kind of dumb. Sure, you can list things that would make it easier for you. I don't know.
Something to make it easy to something to make it easy to become a millionaire. How about £999,000? Easy.
Statistically, but I believe that I put in the
No one statistically is going to make it. Statistically, most people don't.
I literally started from the bottom. I'm not saying that I was ever homeless or anything, but I did grow up in a single family household.
Everyone's odds are stacked against you.
Everyone is, oh, I started from the bottom, and then I just became rich. Oh, I don't know. It's all odds against me. I'm so sorry. And then I became rich from good work. That's literally what everybody will say.
Shut up.
Administration, my counselor told me I would never make it in business.
Yeah, never
So
make it.
self-pitying to go like, I should not have been successful, guys. Everything was against me. I just had to.
Also all against me.
Maybe
But then they
bit.
became rich.
I just generally think people becoming rich is such a fluke that that doesn't mean they didn't work for it, but it's so much luck involved in it. So to act like somewhat self-important or about it just I don't know, I feel weird about it.
Somebody that was growing up broke, in my opinion. Like, you got it from the bottom, and I didn't get it from the bottom.
I disagree with that. I don't think
No, I agree with her, actually. I totally agree with her.
you need to come straight from the bottom. Like, I started with a few $1,000s. I know a lot of people who started.
I got a small loan of $1 million. It was very tough for me. What do you mean 1,000? That's a ton. Like, if you have nothing, $1,000, that's a huge advantage.
I mean, I would love $1,000. It's like, he just literally said $1,000 is the same as starting with nothing. Well, no, because you start with an extra 1,000. It makes no sense.
Are you kidding me?
Their whole businesses with a few $1,000s.
A few thousand.
is more than what I had.
Now he's changed to a few thousand instead of 1,000. Mad, he's moving mad.
That's so important.
Yes.
Like a few thousand isn't going to make or break
Yes, it matters.
your business, like your life. Like you can't.
$0?
Let's say you start with $1,000. I still believe you're self-made. Even 10,000, even 20,000, because you're not truly like even 6 figures or 7 figures.
I'm broke and I live at mom's house with $0.
He just said if you're not in the 100,000s to millions, then you made it yourself. Then you're self-made. I mean, that does not work. I started with 99,000, made it to 100,000. Now I'm a millionaire.
You're in a way better position than me.
Yes, you are. Oh my
Yes,
God. Does
if you have
he not see it?
100K,
You can mow lawns. Here it
then
comes.
you're in a better position than someone with no money.
You know how many lawns I'm gonna have to mow?
It's a lot of lawns, but that is self-made.
Mow lawns.
The point was how much do you feel like you're self-made?
Yeah.
And if you start off with money given to you, that's
Not self-made.
obviously an advantage. I would have been better off if
you're
I
given
had
money,
in the
so you're
beginning.
not
That would help
self-made either.
tremendously.
I know what it feels like.
Poor is like homeless, I feel.
All right, let's see
Like,
where
the
I would
bottom
put
of poor is
myself.
homeless.
I would put somewhat agree. Maybe this will piss people off. I don't know. I just remember
Yeah, I
being the reason somewhat is just for a short time. It was a short time. I was very, very poor. And I was too proud to ask my parents for money.
But you're rich and you need ads. Fine, I'll listen to your ad.
Watch carefully.
Gordon Ramsay, what a beast. Yep, we don't care. Back on with the millionaire. You're poor.
I could barely afford buying food. I'm sure most people gone through this at some point in their life.
Yeah,
where
it happens.
you can't really afford food. You just buy. I remember just
Pasta.
buying pasta and just
Yeah.
living that off for a month, and I would
Pasta.
eat it plain
It's
with
always
some
the way for
spices,
the-
and that
if
was it
you're
because
poor,
that was all I
good
could
pasta.
afford. But
Pasty.
it wasn't a long time period in my life. It's not like I grew up being poor or whatever.
Ooh, that's funny. They just
Did they
high-fived.
just- Did
To
they
not being
just-
poor. Being
Did they just
pretty
high
rich,
five
they
not
just
being poor?
high
Let me see that
five.
again. Yeah, not being poor, gang. Look at these over there.
I'm not poor.
Oh,
There's
man.
a difference between being
High
poor
five.
and being broke. I've been broke before. Like me and my husband have been broke many times in like our relationship, but we've never been poor. And even like a long time ago when I lived in a 1-bedroom apartment with my family, we were never poor. I mean, I was happy. Like I had pudding. We went to like parks and stuff.
I wasn't poor because I had pudding. Great. Round of applause. I had pudding. I'm happy. I'm not poor. Well, you're poor if you don't have a lot of money, and if you didn't have a lot of money, so you're poor. Yeah, I don't care.
And I was broke financially, and I had to take care of myself at a very young age. So for a decade, I was running a pool company in order to eventually gain the opportunities to ultimately move that ball down the court, obviously. So,
But were you happy?
I mean, I wasn't.
Happy and poor are
Why
two
are you
different
happy?
things.
He said he was poor financially
I'm
or
poor.
mentally as well.
So
like-
he is.
Not really,
I'm
right? Because
happy.
there was a lot of stuff going on, and like I'm living in a garage and I'm growing up, and I had to not only.
He didn't have pudding. I think that's the issue here.
Oh, it's
No
pudding.
pudding.
I had to bust my
Honey
ass
is
off
pudding.
to help my mom. So for me, I feel like we all start from somewhere and we go through certain motions because it builds character.
I like that. I'm jealous of you guys. I wish I had that mindset. Like I traveled to third world countries to kind of.
This guy wish he could mow lawns. That's really it.
Like, I grew up really, really great.
When he could
but then I
mow lawns as a poor person, then he would be so much happier going through that process, wouldn't he? If he could mow that lawn one day.
hit 20 and I moved out with some boy, and the situation got very, very domestic violence-y. Now, I was living in a penthouse, and I'm sorry, I got too much pride. I wasn't gonna go back home. And you
Like,
know,
it's
I'm
so
like
bad.
black and blue, like getting locked in like closets, like really, really toxic stuff. So that for me was very, very poor. Now, did it sling?
I mean, that's not.
I mean, that's not poor, but I guess it's. I mean, I feel bad for her. That's for sure. I mean, if anybody should be abused or by like their husband or anything, or boyfriend, I just feel bad for her. But I mean, not exactly poor. I mean, poor standards, but she's not poor. I mean, I guess you could say she does have poor not standards, but also poor. I don't know. She had poor living lifestyles, I guess. But let's continue with the video.
Obviously awful, but what does that have to do with?
But looked beat up.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Right. Oh, he does not look happy about paying taxes. He definitely just does not pay his taxes. I don't believe they should pay more because, I mean, they earn their money. I feel they maybe should pay a little bit more, but not really that much more because, I mean, they're rich, but they earn that money themselves and they're treating all humans equally, you know? So I feel like they shouldn't.
Oh no no! Oh god!
I feel like, I don't know, if you're like super rich, but I mean, there's also tax evasion. Big companies.
I don't want it.
What? This is kind of cringy. I just poop.
God.
They
I thought I would be the only one.
Strongly disagree. Oh, she came back
I
on.
feel like,
Disagree.
you know, you make more money, you obviously do have to pay somewhat more, but I don't feel like we deserve extra things to pay just because we have more money. Like, we shouldn't be looked to as like a fund, you know, from the government or someone else who just feels like, oh, you have more money, you should pay more in taxes.
I just feel like there should be a little bit more freedom with it because it's really, really stressful. And I feel like a lot of businesses fail in the first 3 years because of taxes, not because they're bad at business, not because they're bad at managing money, but because they're not prepared to do everything by the book.
True. I don't mind paying taxes, obviously.
Liar. I'm joking.
Obviously. I just wish I knew where they were going.
Big companies who sell a lot of their services like in the US and then they have some like Ireland tax status where they're getting out of it, like Apple and Amazon and these big companies that theoretically should pay billions in taxes while it's us average people who are really supporting the government. I think there should be a little
average people.
I see that.
Yeah, they are average average
Millionaires
people,
or
millionaires.
average
I
on
see
that.
what he's
Millionaires are just, you know, the average people compared to the big companies where everyone else is just minors, I guess, compared to the average people.
Didn't Amazon a tax break knowing the news?
$200 million per day.
Yeah.
You put out a whole press release and I'm just like, come on, dude, like, give a little more.
Donation shaming! Donation shaming! You're not donating enough. I see your net worth online. You have to donate more. Me? Donate? No, I'm not gonna donate. You need to donate more.
On FBA, he's provided an opportunity for people like me to make a living for myself, to be
You're
able
a
to start
boss
a
in
business,
Amazon.
you know, online, and to be able to make internet money. So like to have that freedom, and like whether we think that he needs to give more or not, I mean, that's really up to him what he does with his money.
I spent an absurd amount of money on something because I can.
I would
Surely every
disagree.
single one.
I think
If
the most
anybody
expensive
goes
thing I own is
disagree,
my car.
Anybody goes disagree, they're lying. They're definitely lying.
Oh, my shoes do the time.
This guy's a liar. He's lying. There's no way that he hasn't bought something for himself because he has the money. I mean, you can do that and not have a lot of money. So there's no way he's rich and still does that.
My husband just got a Lamborghini.
My husband.
Just
It
tell
was
him
like a 90 grand
Lamborghini.
car and then added like a 200 grand
Go
car.
on,
And I'm like,
get
why'd
it.
you do that? Like, you don't
Okay.
need to do that. He's like, well, I
Easy.
mean, I could, so why not? Like,
I don't want
I
to pay more
could.
taxes, but I don't have to buy more cars, but I just do. I don't want to pay more taxes.
I mean, I grew up wanting cars. Like, my whole bedroom was like.
Yeah, I don't care about your childhood dreams,
and
mate.
he added like a 200 grand car. And I'm like, why'd you do that? Like, you don't need to do that. He's like, well, I mean, I could, so why not? Like,
I don't want to pay more taxes, but I don't have to buy more cars, but I just do. I don't want to pay more taxes.
I mean, I grew up wanting cars. Like, my whole bedroom was like plastered with cars on the wall. And then when I could actually buy it, it was like.
It's so fun, right?
Well, it was fulfilling a childhood dream. It wasn't even about the car. It was the challenge.
Right.
Then once I had all the cars, the thrill was gone. So I didn't need it.
Hey, look at that. He understands. He's learning. Money just buys you materialistic goods that just either satisfies a craving or a momentarily spark of joy that will fade.
Fair enough.
True happiness within. Oh,
So
Yeah.
I think that you should all have like dreams and chase those dreams, whatever they are. Maybe they don't cost that much.
But I mean, not
Maybe they don't cost
everything's
that much,
materialistic.
sorry.
Like, when I started making money,
Yeah.
I changed my body.
Yeah,
I went and
I mean,
upgraded
yeah, that's
my
what
chest.
everyone does.
I went and cleared my skin.
You
I
upgraded
went
your
and got a
chest.
tattoo.
Yeah.
I went and
I
got
see.
my, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
go and get hair extensions. Like,
I've definitely purchased things in the past that were cool, and it was because I could.
Cool.
But as time's gone along for me,
you
I've
have.
realized so many times
It's
that
fine.
every time I hit the goal or the destination or the target, I realized that the journey was so much more fun.
Yeah, but he literally just admitted every time he reaches that destination to getting that thing, he realizes his journey is more fun, but he's still got the things. Therefore, he still spent a absurd amount of money on something because he can.
And
So
as
he's
I've
lying.
achieved more success and built more companies,
He's
it's
just saying
almost
he
every
enjoys
time now
trying
where
to
I
get
get
it.
there and I'm like, man, the journey was actually funner than the destination.
I'm kind of over here with you.
Yeah,
Oh,
right.
shut up,
Yeah,
you
because,
liar.
like,
Yeah, but the question was
lying.
if you've spent an absurd amount of money.
Question.
Just because you can.
Not
me.
because what he's trying to say.
I used to buy a lot of bags. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, and then once I got there, it was kind of like, I don't have a man, I don't have kids. What am I doing?
But the question wasn't like, what do you think about
Yes.
what's
Oh,
important
don't make me
now?
agree
I
with
don't
you.
like this
You've done it in
guy,
the
but
past. You can't
he's
Mr.
do
TED
that.
Talk.
If you do, are
I
we
can
doing
but I
changing the
control my
future?
future.
Like, what do you think about material possessions now? Like, I'll change. I don't need
True.
them. But
That's so
in the
right.
past, I've had them. So I've fulfilled my childhood dreams. Now I'm good.
These are the same questions as before.
Can I
Oh.
just think I'm rich?
Yes! Not in person. I don't know. I think a lot of times it just makes me sad for other people. The point I'm about to make is that people look at me and they're like, oh, he doesn't have any problems because he has money. People just find everyone. No.
See.
If you then or equal
Get that
or
lot.
have it. Oh, got some split. 93%
We
agreed.
live in a world where social media is extremely prevalent.
Yes.
So like
This
being
is
on
probably
YouTube
better
or
than
Instagram or
PewDiePie
social
as
media, a
well.
lot of it's like perceived. You know, you are constantly getting like quote
One
unquote
is like
judged.
KSI.
But even on social media, it really
Or
just depends what
KSI
you
and, like,
post. That's very much
I
Wedge
have
man.
a
controlled
$30,000
environment.
watch just for social
like,
media. Like, I
five
don't even,
men
if you
think
ask me
that.
what time it is, I check my iPhone. I don't even know if this thing works. But like,
He doesn't
when
know
you're
if his
trying to grow your business,
fancy
especially for
watch
me, like in
works.
stock trading, why
He
you
just
get into
uses
stock trading? Is it
his
fun?
gold
No, it
fancy
sucks.
watch, probably
But
a
you can make
Gucci
money.
or
So
Louis
for social
Vuitton
media, you kind of have to show
watch.
it.
But
He
even
doesn't
with
care.
social
He just
media, I
puts
mean,
it
if
aside.
you have a
Just
million
has it.
subscribers on YouTube,
Quick
I
flex,
think you're
but okay.
rich.
Yeah.
Because I know YouTube is writing you a check.
Oh, so you judge
Language,
people.
yeah.
You know, something's keeping your lights on. Now, I'm not judging in a bad way. Of course, you know,
So
I
you're still
work
judging.
every day to try to make
You-
videos
you
too.
also
But
judge
in the
people
same sense,
for
like,
money.
we judge people that ask us for money.
Money can buy happiness.
Let's see the normie filter. All normies will say yes. Here's the thing. Obviously, money can buy happiness. It can buy you things that you like. It can
Yeah.
buy you good health. It can buy a lot of
It's-
things.
it's
Obviously.
not all
obvious. I'm
happiness.
just saying true happiness comes from here. I strongly believe that.
Let's stick on the bed.
Love that. You piss. Because
Could cost $1 million or $2 million for the surgery that
And
they
you
need
save them.
to survive,
Yeah.
and you save them. Like you
She's
quite literally just
spend
bought
money on
happiness. Now
surgery
that's not
for
to
the
say that
family you
it
love,
buys happiness in
you care
every
about,
area of
and
life.
makes
Like
you
I,
But it
happy.
can.
but
Yeah.
in certain areas, like yeah,
happiness.
money definitely can buy happiness.
My most fulfilling asset is the house that I bought my parents. And
Exactly.
I am so grateful
and
to be able to
you
do
were
that.
serving another
Right.
person.
100%.
So
Exactly.
it can buy you
Curious what
happiness.
this guy is gonna
And
say.
we all find that, I guess, reason at different points in our life. Some
Blah,
people
blah, blah,
figure
blah.
it
I
out
don't
really early
care.
on, and
You're
some people,
boring.
it takes them a lot.
Annoying. What did she
Wait.
say? I didn't.
So that's the end. Oh, so you don't even get to listen to the more at the end. That's dead.
That's how it works instantly. I got.
Well, I'll see you guys later. I hope you enjoyed me reacting to Do All Millionaires Make the Same, who, while watching PewDiePie react to that video. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys all later. Peace.